Seventh class student will be continue history lesson number second, page number 20. Cultural achievement of the Cholas. Temples. The temples built by the Cholas are particular examples of architectural and cultural marvels. The famous temples of Tanjavur and Gangya Cholapuram were built by Raja and Rajendra Chola. Chola temples were the center of cultural activities, settlements, development around the Chola temples. Carnatic style of music was originally sung in the temple halls. Inscriptions inform us about hospitals near the temples. These inscriptions also give us a list of the medicines maintained in the hospitals. Temples were the meeting place for people. They also discussed their local issues in the temple. Sculptures. The most distinctive features of Chola craft was making bronze images. These bronze images of the Cholas are considered amongst the finest in the world. Most of the bronze sculptures were of deities. A few sculptures of devotees were also found. Language and literature. Many regional languages like Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada developed during this period. An important literary achievement was that famous literary works were translated into these regional languages during this time. Chola inscriptions are sources that give us information about their consequent land grants, village government, important posts, and officials. They also tell us about the system of revenue, evolution, and collection. Copperplate inscriptions of the Cholas are a very unique feature as they were used for writing about the system of evolutions, the events, consequence, people, and land grants. Inscriptions are also found on the stone walls of the temples. They are found at other places too. A large number of inscriptions are found on the walls of the Brihadeswara temple. Administration. The king was the most powerful person but was expected to take advice of his council of ministers or his prohits. The administration was also looked after by assemblies at the town and village level. For easy and efficient administration, the Chola Empire was divided into provinces called mandalams. Mandalams were further divided into Valanadas or districts. Groups of villages formed larger units called nadus. The king appointed governors to look after the mandalams. There were many towns also. The towns were known as nagarams. A large town was called Taniyur. The governors were from the royal family. The associations or assemblies were the most important part of Chola administration. They performed the role of the local self-government of modern times. The Ur and the Sabha were the two important assemblies involved in local self-government in the rural areas. The Ur was like a general assembly of people who were the owners of land in the village. The members of Ur and Sabha had to have administrative experience, be honest, and submit their own and family members' account fairly before contesting assembly elections. The functions of the Sabha are described in Pranataka's inscriptions, which says that it is operated through committees that looked after different aspects of local administrations like temples, gardens, land revenue, and law and order. During this period, trade and commerce was at its peak. Chola inscriptions mention about large trading corporation named Manigramas. These Manigrammas operated in inland towns as well as in the coastal areas. Agriculture. Cholas made new developments in agriculture. They opened up areas for large scale cultivation. They also leveled land and cleared the forest. Cholas learned and introduced the art of growing two crops in a year. They excelled in the cultivation of rice. Irrigation. Cholas had a well organized irrigation system. The branches of Kaveri river were divided into several small channels that deposited fertile alluvial on the banks. These techniques resulted in making the land fertile and as a result in producing good crops. To prevent flooding, embankments were constructed in the delta regions. Cholas also constructed canals to carry water to the fields. Methods of artificial water cropping were used. In some areas, wells were dug. Huge tanks were also constructed to collect rainwater. People took active interest in all the development works. A great dam across the Kaveri river made Tanjore the capital, the granary of the south. The Chola temples were very rich, hence they took the initiative to invest in agriculture. They gave economic support to bring barren lands under cultivation and also for irrigation. Even the king gave away lands in dry areas which could be developed for agriculture. The Chola period is regarded as one of the most spectacular and remarkable periods in Indian history. The reason was that it is exhibited all around the development and prosperity. Their achievements in the field of culture, warfare, and agriculture will be remembered through the ages.